Hello stamping friends, welcome back to video number 3. We're going to be putting this card together, which uses masking. If you haven't done masking in a while, it's an old technique, but it's a favorite technique. You're going to need a stack of Post-it notes, and you can use any color that you want. We're also using the Crazy About You stamp set with the Hello You thinlits. So you were requested to purchase those for the class. In this card kit, you'll get your envelope, you'll get your card base, you will have 2 pieces of paper, both white and black, and then you'll also have little circles. You'll be cutting out the U from your framelits using the extra black cardstock that was in your kits. So let's get started. Put that aside. Okay. All right, so the first thing you want to do is take your Post-it notes and make sure that the sticky part is at the top. Back up. Stamp a flower. Take your snips and trim out the flower. No, we don't have a punch. Wish we did. I love punches, makes this a lot easier. You can also make a mask with the other flower, which I have done, and the leaves that are in the stamp set if you feel that you need that. I'm going to show you a little bit of a different way. Unfortunately, the video that I uploaded prior to this one for this card was cut off. I had gone back and done a little bit of repair, and apparently my repair on the video, my editing, did not hold. So if you watch that video, you will notice that I just kind of stop. So I do apologize. One day I'll be more of a professional, I guess. I did not catch that, so some of my stamping friends let me know that I had done that. So I apologize. I will be double checking this video, or actually triple checking it to make sure that it uploads correctly. All right, so I am really following the stamp image of the flower. You can kind of use your snips at an angle so that you can see where you're going. Kind of like driving a car. Where am I going? Looking ahead. All right, so now I have my image. And then I'm going to take my Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to stamp my flower. And actually, I'm going to do this a little bit different. I think it's easier than what I did on the first video. So take 2, turns out better. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my flowers in both places. And I've kind of stamped off the cardstock. Then I'm going to take the yellow flower that I used, Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp that there. So now I have all of my flowers on my piece of Whisper White. Then I will take my mask, place it on there to hide one flower. And then I've already cut out the yellow flower, and this one did allow me to use the scallop punch that fits this, so that was really nice. Next, I'm going to ink up my leaves. By the way, I am using the paper piercing mat. I feel that this gives the photopolymer a better chance of inking up your, or stamping better when you go to stamp. So now I'm going to take the leaves, and I want to stamp the leaves. Let me show you what I did. I did the stem off of this, so it looks like the leaves are coming out of the flower. Next, I'm going to turn this one, and I'll do the same thing. Okay. Then I'm going to remove this image, and I'm going to put it over here on this flower. And I'll do the same thing. Now, I do have some extra white space. If you want to come back in with your leaves and just give a little touch there, you could. Okay. Love it. All right, so let's put our card together. Get my snail. Excuse me. My black layer. Center that on the black. Now, when you get your instructions, there is dimensions to all these pieces, so you are able to make more of these cards. Okay, so now we have that. I'm going to set this aside, and I'm using the black Memento ink. I like using the black Memento versus the StazOn. It doesn't stain your stamps quite as bad. Now, the photopolymer stamps do stain. Even when I clean that, it's going to have a little pink tint to it. Does not hurt your stamps. Don't worry about it. All right, so I've got the words "Just Be," and I always like to just stamp off a little bit and make sure number one that I do have the right word, because they are clear. It is a little bit harder to make sure. And then I'm just going to stamp "Just Be" on that circle. Attach this to my black circle. Okay, then attach this to my card. I put it about right there. Now, let's talk about the thin words that say "you." I love the Stampin' Up! Silicone mat. If you don't have one of these, excuse me, and a paper piercing mat, I really recommend that you get one. Whoops. I'm using the multi-purpose glue. These thinlits are thin, so they're really hard to get any snail on. And I'm just going to come in with some dots of glue. You don't want to do too much because it'll mush out. But if I did get some on my mat, it just peels right off. I love this mat. Really, really nice to use for liquid glue or snail or any kind of adhesives, because nothing will stick to it. All right, so then I'm going to put my U right here. Tap that down. And this card is done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for coming to this class, and I'll see you on the next one.